is on fire, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big round of applause once again. Thank you very much for Kunin Narongtosanga, such a wonderful Thai xylophonist. Well, he's been playing in the movie of Home Rong as well, and I'm pretty sure that many of you have been recognized him. This is one of a kind of a sound of a Thai instrument and a truly fabulous way to open the 60th anniversary of Prapansan Publishing and the 8th year celebration of Elite Plus magazine. Good evening to our honored guests and our beloved guests tonight and all the media present here tonight as well. My name is Pachiri Kunchaimang. On the behalf of the host of tonight's event, I would like to begin by welcoming all of you to the 60th anniversary and 8th year celebration of Elite Plus magazine. Included in tonight's event, we are going to be honoring those who have dedicated themselves to the society in order to create social changes, in order to reach sustainable development with the honoris moment, which is the first time though, the Elite Plus Award. This will be the first time that this award has been administered. Let me talk a little bit more about, our host tonight, Prapansan Publishing. We have published for more than 20,000 pieces to date, and our target readers are of various backgrounds. These readers include, but are not limited of likes. For example, the holder of Bangkok Bank Platinum Leader credit cards and the corporate credit cards from all over the world for more than 6,000 organizations, and also included are the embassies and overseas chambers of commerce in Thailand. The magazine, we are presenting perspectives and ideas from the executive leaders, interviews, successful business people, and diplomats in both of their lifestyle and their passion in works. And we are also presenting the updated news and trends that are useful for investing in AEZ, combined with entertainment, attractions, food, art and culture, health, and many more. We are the media that provide knowledge, creativity, and inspiration for Thai and foreigners. And today, Elite Plus magazine has been with Thai businessmen for more than 8 years, and we are stepping into the 9th year. So, to not waste our time tonight, may I please invite Dr. Pisut Lerth Vilai, Executive Director of Elite Plus magazine, to give us a welcoming speech and to provide the audience tonight the primary focus of this 9th year of Elite Plus magazine. Please give him a warm round of applause, everyone.
Swadikap. UNESCO Director Shigeru Aoyagi, Dr.Sant,ใจยอดศ Ambassador to Thailand, distinguished guests, member of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you our gala dinner to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Prapansan Publishing and the 8th anniversary of Elite magazine. Tonight, we also are honored with the presence of UNESCO Bangkok Director, Mr. Shigeru Aoyagi, who will be making the presentation of our inaugural Elite Plus Award. To our keynote speaker today, Dr.Sant,ใจยอดศ for his outstanding dedication and contribution to Thai society. Dr.Sant, in particular, a cardiac specialist who for the past 10 years has been focusing on plant-based nutrition and immunology. This evening, he will speak on the topic of From Good Health by Yourself to Health Town, during which he will discuss how diet and lifestyle modification can treat and prevent chronic disease. I cannot tell you how happy and proud I am of the accomplishment of Prapansan Publishing and Elite Plus magazine. What makes me most happy is that through Elite Plus, we have created a community of readers and supporters who comprise of the elite, not necessarily just celebrity or well-being people, but also people who are well educated, have good hearts, and spread kindness to others. While Prapansan Publishing has for the past 60 years been promoting the Thai literary scene, our magazine Elite Plus celebrate and honor those who contribute to society, and it has been our great honor to share their story and achievements with the public. We do not see ourselves only as a watchdog, but we are a media that empowers people and community as we support community organizer effort to advance social policies. In the years ahead, I promise that we will continue to strive to improve in our effort and achievements. We could not have come this far without the support of our readers, contributors, and most importantly, our sponsor. I would now like to thank them for supporting our publishing house and magazine, as well as helping to make this evening such a fabulous event. So many thanks to Bangkok Bank, Thai Bev, BDMS, Zenith Sukhumvit Hotel, and Chera. To conclude, let me just wish you a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณมากครับ
Thank you so much ค่ะ Dr. Pisut Lervilai, the Executive Director of Elite Plus magazine. Well, I think we all here know how powerful the media could be nowadays, and I believe all the medias that publish it from Prapansan Publishers and also Elite Plus magazine itself would deliver a lot of values of content in the future. Next, please welcome Dr. Tawila Brittapirom, Director of Executive Vice President of Bangkok Bank, a key strategic partner who is always supporting Prapansan Publisher and Elite Plus magazine. Please give him a warm round of applause on stage, please. Thank you.
UNESCO Bangkok Director Mr. Shigeru Oyage, Dr.Sant ใจยอดศิลป์ Excellency Ambassador, Prapansan Publishing Managing Director คุณอาทรเตชะธาดา Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Bangkok Bank, I would like to congratulate Prapansan Publishing and Elite Plus magazine on the occasion of their 60th and 8th anniversary, respectively. Storytelling and literature play a vital role in societies. Over the past 6 decades, Prapansan Publishing has helped cultivate Thailand's literary landscape, publishing an extensive, diverse range of books, including fiction, non-fiction, and children's literature. Through their endeavor, they have preserved, developed, shared priceless knowledge about our culture and history. They have also cultivated talents and fostered a love of reading among children, with many generations enjoying their wonderful books that enrich the life of both children and adults. Beyond their work in publishing, Prapansan Publishing has focused on how it can do more to help society. In recent years, on behalf of Bangkok Bank, I have been fortunate enough to have worked with Kun Athorn and his team on special projects such as Chomanat Book Prize, as you may know, for the best novel authored by Thai women. Together, we have also provided donation of books to school libraries around the country each year. I have also seen Elite Plus reputation grow as a high-quality, international and informative magazine that provide not only facts and information, but also in-depth, thought-provoking interviews with opinion leaders and newsmakers in Thailand and beyond. On behalf of Bangkok Bank, I would like to thank Prapansan Publishing and Elite Plus for inviting us to be a part of this gala event, which not only celebrate their achievement and set goals for the future, but also brings us together to promote the health and well-being of society which is a core commitment of Bangkok Bank. Thailand has enjoyed a positive and lasting relation with many countries around the world for many years. We are honored to be joined by so many friends from the international diplomatic community this evening. Again, congratulations to Prapansan Publishing and Elite Plus Magazine. I wish the executive and your team continue success in the year to come. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much, Dr. Tuvila Britapirom, the Director and Executive Vice President of Bangkok Bank. Well, we can see that Bangkok Bank and Elite Plus Magazine have a mutual goal to be a part of moving our country forward. And as you know, everybody knows that the sector like financial sector like bank is very, very important nowadays in order to drive our world further sustainable. Well, next, we are honored by Dr.Sant, DMD, the CEO, and the Director of Wellness We Care Center. He will be a keynote speech tonight, and his keynote speech will encompass his work on the topic of getting healthy by yourself to the health town, a journey to sustainable health and peace. However, we also have a short video. It's the VTR by Wellness We Care First. Please enjoy the VTR. Wow, this is quite an interesting introduction videos though. Me, myself, and I believe everybody here are very excited to hear the man of the night, Dr.Sant, So please welcome him on the stage, please. Everybody, please welcome Dr.Sant, DMD, CEO and Director of Wellness We Care Center to give us the speech tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see your faces. Now let's start with good health by yourself. You know, by training, I am a cardiac surgeon. My specialty is to do heart operation. Bypass operation is my area of specialty. But my life changed dramatically when I suffered from ischemic heart disease myself. At the time, I was 55. Now I'm 70. The fear of death compelled me to refuse conventional treatment, balloon angioplasty or bypass surgery. I did not want either of them. So I did extensive scientific literature review in the hope that I should find some less invasive way to go in dealing with my disease. And I found some scientific literatures which strong enough for me to start experiment upon myself. I'll show you just 2 papers here. This research done by this man, sorry, how can I use the pointer? Oh, here, got it. His name is Essie Caldwell Esselstyn. I call him Essie. He is a surgeon at the Cleveland Clinic, the very prestigious hospital in treating heart disease in USA. He did the research that brought 24 patients, all severe heart patients, to go through a test, have them eat plant-based, low-fat, and whole food only. Only plant, no animal products. And basically, it's a vegan diet and follow them for 12 years. The measurement indicator is the cardiac catheterization once in a while and the PET scan. And here's the result of his research. And this is what we call cardiac catheterization. When we inject contrast media into the coronary artery, it will look like this, a column of white contrast media inside the lumen of the blood vessels, smooth blood vessel. But for the diseased part, it will look like this, narrow, jagged edge blood vessels. This is before the experimental vegan diet. And 3 years after, this is 3 years after, you see this diseased part just became normal artery again, just come back to be normal again. The same evidence collected by Dr. Essie through what we call PET scan. The idea of PET scan is that this is the left ventricle, I mean the lower chamber of the heart on the left side, which is the most important chamber. If the blood can go through the muscle, it will look red like this. But if the blood cannot go through, it will look pale like this. This is what we call dead muscle. And 3 years after vegan diet, the blood can go through the dead area. And the congestive heart failure symptom improve dramatically. Please feel free to eat dinner while I talk. Please. Don't take it too serious, I mean. And this is the overall of his result. Before the experiment, these patients have 48 heart attacks in 8 years. And during the experiment, only 1 heart attack in 12 years. And repeated angiography showed the stenosis regression. I mean, the narrow artery become widening. and the progression of stenosis stopped in 14 lesions, regression in 11 lesions. So the HC study told me that ischemic heart disease actually can be reversed. And in his case, it can be reversed by diet. This is the second study that I would like to show you. This man is Dean Onich. Dean Onich nowadays is a cardiologist who takes care of Bill Clinton, the ex-president. 20 years ago, he did an experiment, used about 93 heart patients, divide them into two groups. For group 1, he put them to do what he called total lifestyle change. That include, they have got to eat low-fat, plant-based diet, no meat, do regular exercise, do stress management, such as yoga, meditation, or Tai Chi, and have them attend peer support group once a week. These 4 components he called total lifestyle change. For group 2, he just have them carry on ordinary life as a control group. And after 1 year, bring all of them back to do repeated cardiac angiogram. Inject contrast media into the coronary vessel. And this is the result of the group 1 who undergo lifestyle change. And this is group 2 who was the control group. It is called is the change of the narrow artery. For the group 1 who undergo lifestyle change, the narrow artery become widening. On the contrary, for the control group, the narrow artery become narrower, worse. For the chest pain, for group 1, the pain is less pain, 91%, relieved. The pain relieved 91%. But for the control group, more pain. They have the pain increase in 165%. So the result is very dramatic between total lifestyle modification and control group. So basically, in the Onich research, 4 components here. Plant-based whole food diet, exercise, stress management, and attend peer support group. The evidence he created by this research is so strong that nowadays in USA they made law to entitle heart patients who attend his program to be reimbursed from the Medicare and Medicaid. So the evidence is very strong that this way save money much more than going through balloon angioplasty, bypass surgery, and medical treatment. So based on this research, I decided to make experiment about myself. In those days, when I came out of the elevator and do the brisk walk just to attend the meeting, because in those days I also worked as the CEO of the hospital as well. Just try to walk fastly, I got chest pain. And when I sit and do the meeting, when some of my subordinates present something that I did not like, I feel chest pain. I feel chest pain easily. So I start to do experiment with myself based on Dean Onich study. I stopped eating cake because cake was my favorite in those days. I stopped eating cake. I stopped eating cookies. Stopped all cookies. And I changed my coffee to black coffee. In those days, I had sweetened coffee, and changed cookies into a fruit and nuts instead. And I stopped all carbonated drink, stopped all fruit juice, commercially available fruit juice. And I increase the amount of the fruits and vegetable I eat in each day to be more than 5 servings in each day. And to save my chewing time, I use the blenderizer, high-speed blenderizer, to blenderize all the fruits and vegetable into liquid form so that I can drink easily. And I stopped using any type of oil, any oil. No oil at all in cooking. I replaced all the grain into a whole grain and removed salt from my table because I've got hypertension also at that time. I changed my snack to a natural product like sweet potato and nuts and beans. And I did the cooking myself. After a few months, what I learned, after a few months of plant-based whole food diet and exercise, my systolic blood pressure, I mean the upper value of blood pressure, coming down from 168 with medication at that time, down to 110 without medication. My total cholesterol level came down from 267 with statin, you know. I took statin also. It came down to 200 without statin. And I had more energy. My symptom, I am free of the chest pain symptom. I can do the jogging, let alone walk briskly to the meeting room. I can do the jogging. The result was very dramatic, and I decided to change my life. I quit operation, you know, I quit operation. I attend further training to qualify myself to be a family physician so that I can teach people how to take care of themselves. And I quit hospital life and moved to Muak Lek, not far away from here, about 100 kilometers from here, and set up a small health center there so that I can teach patients how to take care of themselves. And I travel a lot, met with a lot of people who walk this path. In addition to Dean Ornish and Dr. S.C., I met with this guy. His name is Dan Buettner. Later on, we become friends. Then at that time, he worked with National Geographic. And his assignment was that he traveled all over the world, looking for communities where people live the longest life. The indicator is the number of octogenarians, I mean people who live beyond 100 years, as the indicator. And he traveled all over the world to do the research, what we call epidemiology research. And he and his team came up with 5 communities. He selected 5 communities he called blue zone community, where people live the longest life. The first one is Barbagia region in Sardinia, Italy. The second one is Icaria in Greece. The third one is Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica. The fourth one is Seventh-day Adventist communities in Loma Linda in California. And the fifth one is Okinawa in Japan. From all these 5 blue zones, Dan and his team extract the common factors that make people live the longest life. And they come up with the 9 common factors. Number 1, they eat plant-based diet. Some community do not eat animal product at all. Some eat very small amount of animal products. Then all of them eat mostly plant. Number 2, they eat only 80% of what would be full. They do not eat until they're full. Number 3, they move a lot and move naturally. In some research, they move something like 15,000 to 17,000 paces a day. That's quite a lot. Number 4, they live the purposeful life. They can answer themselves in the morning. This morning, what they are waking up for. Number 5, they have many ways to de-stress themselves, mostly in the natural environment. And number 6, they drink moderately. This one may make you feel a little bit easier with your drink. Number 7 is that all of them are spiritual, being religious or non-religious, but they are more towards spirituality. Number 8, they have family closeness. In all these 5 communities, they live in a big families. About 3 generations live together in one family. And number 9, their community a caring community. They have a tight community binding. And so Dan wrote a book called Blue Zone and became national bestseller book, and that made him rich. By the time I met him, he did not rich yet, but nowadays he is very rich. And he traveled all USA to give a talk about the Blue Zone. And a lot of municipal and town, the city leaders, they, after listen to Dan, they come up with the idea, it's, why don't we make our town or our city a health town? The kind of town that people will be healthy just living in there. Don't have to do anything else. Just living in that town or that city and you become healthy. Because the research show that 90% of people's time spent within 30 kilometers radius from their home. And health is the result of choice people make. What to do, what to eat. So if we make a healthy choice, an easy choice, people will be healthy just by living in there. That is the concept of building the health town. So the motto is making the healthy choice, the easy choice. The concept of health town, number 1 is health food, plant-based, low-fat plant-based, whole food should be available everywhere in the town, easily available. There are a lot of pedestrian walkways inside the town, outside the town, so that people can move easily. Without the driving way, only walking way, they have to walk anywhere. The town should provide chances for various health activities so that people can get together. And don't forget men, because men should usually be neglected. This is a men's chat in one health town. It is the place where men came together to do men's things like carpentering or craftsmanship. There should be natural places for recreation. And the community should be a kind of a warm community, caring community. And there should be places for spirituality. At the beginning, there are 25 cities in USA that start off as a health town, a concept of health town. Among them, Boulder, Colorado, ranked the highest, ranked the best one, because Boulder has highest pedestrian walk in USA. The ratio between pedestrian walking way and the driveway. This ratio is the measurement of the health town, and Boulder ranked the first. Boulder has lowest smoking rate in USA, also has very low obesity rate. In Thailand, at the moment, I am attempting a small experiment of my own. I attempt to build a health community where I live in Moklek, just in the beginning stage, nothing much information to share yet. Now, let's talk about the, don't forget to eat, please. Let's talk about the stress management. Remember the Dean Ornish research, 4 components: food, plant-based, whole food diet, exercise, stress management, and peer support. Okay. Now let's talk about the stress management. After doing the teaching in Moklek for quite a few years, I realized that one main factor that drives people to chronic, what we call chronic non-communicable disease, be it heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, one main factor is stress. And if we cannot manage the stress, we cannot manage the disease. So I try to bring in the stress management as part of the disease management. Initially, I attend the program of the University of Massachusetts. They set up what they call MBSR, Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program, and try to imitate such a program in Wellness Weekend. But it did not work out well because it is not suitable for Thai people. So I gradually developed my own program. Nowadays, it ended up being what I call spiritual retreat where people spend 4 days in the Wellness Weekend to learn how to manage their own stress. The main cause of stress is our own thought. The key to reduce stress is to drop down our thought. That's all. And the most efficient way to drop our thought is through meditation. When I mention the word meditation, you say, aha, here comes again. It's not that bad. I mean, while you are eating here, you just keep on eating. Let's do meditation while you are eating, okay? All of us, I will introduce to you the simplest form of meditation, which consists of only 3 components. One is relaxation, okay? And then observe without judging. Relaxation, observe, no judge, okay? 3 components. You can start it now. You straighten yourself up a little bit. You can eat. Straighten your body up a little bit, okay? I do it together with you. First of all, to be relaxed, you got to take deep breath first. Take deep breath in. Hold it for a little while. Slowly breathe out. Okay. Second time, take deep breath in. Hold it a little while. Breathe out. Now I will count 4, 4, 8. You breathe in, I will count 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold it, I count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you breathe out, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. This is a yogi's method. Okay, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 1, 2, smile, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Smile, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now continue, breathe in and breathe out. Relax yourself. Smile. We are doing the first component, relaxation. Smile. Some of them do not smile yet. Smile, please. Smile. Relax. Okay. The second component is observe. Observe everything that come in to your perception. Observe the smell of food. Observe the taste of food. Observe the noise. Observe the image you see. And observe your thought. Aware of your thought, not thinking a thought. Aware of a thought, not thinking a thought. Okay, observe. And don't forget the third component, no judging, no contemplation. Just relax, observe, smile, relax, observe. This is meditation. You can do it any place, any time, including while you are eating and drinking. For those of you who are meditation enthusiasts, I would recommend 7 meditation tools so that you can bring back home and practice it yourself. Tool number 1 is relax and smile. Okay? Relax and smile. Right from the beginning, first thing you do is smile. Okay? Tool number 2 is your own attention. The trick is to withdraw your attention from the thought and pay attention to something else now, like to your breathing. Tool number 3 is your breath. Tool number 4 is body scan. Body scan means you feel your body. Actually, it's a feeling your own life force. Our life force manifests as our sensation on our body. You scan your body, pay attention to a part of your body and feel it. Number 5 is observe. And number 6 is concentration. You mean you selectively pay attention to one thing. Pay attention to one thing deeper down. The objective is to prohibit thought from interfering your attention. Number 7 is alertness. Alertness, I mean, it's the way to motivate yourself to be awake all the time. Just imagine you walking on the glacier. The icy surface can be collapsed anytime. So you must very vigilant. You must very alert. So spend your day like this. That's alertness. So these 7 tools, I would recommend you to bring it back home and practice by yourself. Someone asked me what we should do to bring peace to this world. Wow, that's quite a big task. But for me, whatever I do, I will start with the things I have in hands. I will start with using those 7 tools. to drop all my negative thoughts, so that every morning I can smile. And then I will smile to everyone that come into my life in that whole day. Peace is contagious, It will spreading from, if we smile, it will spreading to other people. The mechanism of the spreading is not only facial mimicry. For those of you who do not familiar with this scientific study, a group of researchers in Berlin did a study called emotional contagion study. The objective of the study is to document how the emotion can transfer from one person to other person without talking to each other. And the result of the study is that the emotion transfer through the facial mimicry. I mean, when you see other people smile, inadvertently you mimic or you imitate their facial expression, and automatically their emotion occur in your and become your emotion. That is the conclusion of that research. But I will tell you here that it's not only the mechanism of spreading peace, because when we drop all the negative thoughts, we will become conscious. And at that consciousness, naturally it will be peaceful, it will be joyful, it will be creative. That is the nature of consciousness. But in addition to that, it is the power of love and compassion that unite all beings together as one. So anyone who can step over the outside egoic self into this inner self, automatically the feeling that being oneness with other life will occur automatically. And this is the mechanism how when we can smile, when we are at peace, the peace will emanate to other people. So start your day with smile and smile to everybody. By doing that, you bring peace to the world. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have stopped my talk here. I will be happy to answer the question if there is any. I think we have time, right? So you just raise your hand and the microphone will be served to you. Okay. You can answer me any question about your illness, about health, about...
My guest speaker, how you keep peace in mind among the chaos society?
The question is how I create peace in my mind while the world is at war. The answer is that I will circle the area around me and I act only within the area that I can be influential. The first area is inside myself. So I got to drop all the thoughts so that I will reach my consciousness. I will be conscious and be peaceful first, and then smile. And my smile toward others, that will spread peace throughout the world. You can practice it and you will see it, okay? Before I came in here, there was another question that diabetes has anything to do with red meat? Is diabetes has anything to do with red meat? Let me define red meat first. Red meat means the meat of mammals. So pork is red meat, beef is red meat, okay? We call it red meat because of the molecule there called heme ion. The answer is that yes, red meat relates strongly with the diabetes. The mechanism is that the saturated fat in red meat, we prohibit cell to respond to the insulin, what we call the insulin resistance. So the red meat will create insulin resistance. With insulin resistance, the insulin cannot bring glucose inside the cell. And that is the basic mechanism of diabetes. So there is one good study done in US by Dr. Neil Barnard, who is the endocrinologist. In that study, he got diabetes people, 100 of them, divide them into two groups. Group 1, they have them eat weekend diet. Group 2 is ordinary diet. And carry on for 6 months. The end point is that which group will be able to stop medication. And it turned out that the vegan diet group can stop all medication about nearly 50%, while the ordinary diet group can stop medication about 23%, 2 times in the vegan group. So for diabetes, the best food for you is plant-based food, plant-based, low-fat food, and stay away from the red meat. Yes, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presentation. I am almost beginning to have a plan in my mind on what I'm going to eat. But I have 2 questions. One is, how do you get your salt? Because you said you stopped taking salt in your food.
Yep.
So how do you get your salt? Because you need salt in your body.
Right.
Number 2, since you started taking plant-based foods, have you ever taken white meat?
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 1, where can I get my salt? Actually, salt in nearly all kind of food. Natural sodium, salt means sodium, you know. It's in nearly all kind of food. But sodium bring up the blood pressure. There is another salt, potassium. Potassium will bring down blood pressure. It's also taste salty. So I get a lot of potassium salt from fruits and vegetable. I still get some sodium from, like bread has salt already. Nearly any food you pick it up, there is sodium in there. I guarantee without the kitchen salt, you will not be deprived of sodium, you know, enough sodium to run your body. The second question, when I stopped eating meat, actually this is the way I did it. I changed my breakfast first. And then change my lunch. I bring blenderized fruits and vegetables as liquid to the workplace to eat there. And at lunchtime, I had 1 salad with 1 egg. 1 egg. 1 dish of salad with 1 egg. In the evening, I eat ordinary diet. That to start with. And later on, I stopped eating dinner because at that time my tummy is very big, you know, 34 inches. Now it's 30. So I want to reduce my weight, so I stopped eating dinner. So there was only 1 egg during the lunch. No fish, no meat. And this continued for 5 years, and my total cholesterol come down from 260 something to 200, and I was very happy. But I still eat 1 egg every day. But I reached one point that kind of get bored with egg, the boiled egg every day, you imagine. At one point, you can't take it anymore. So I decided to drop the egg. And once I drop the egg, my total cholesterol come down from 200 to 150. Just one egg. Because among the low-fat diet, one egg means something. So better take the low-fat diet. Even one egg is meaningful if you are a high cholesterol person. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think I will end my talk here. Thank you very much.
This is quite a very useful for all of us tonight. I believe that we are all inspired to live more healthy, to live healthier, be more careful on what we eat, and most importantly, to be relaxed. And don't forget to do a little bit of meditation. Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Sanka. Such an inspirational speech. And I am certain that everyone in here is aware that if we want Thailand to be a healthy town, we have to start first as individuals. And most importantly, good health can't be bought. And we have to start within ourselves. We have to start with our behaviors, knowing how to eat, work, and think healthy. So next, I would like to begin the next events of this night, of tonight. I would like to please invite Mr. Shieru Aoyaki, Director of UNESCO, to deliver a statement honoring the recipients of the Elite Plus Award. The Elite Plus Award is the first time created to all that been contribute.
Good evening to everybody. It was really inspiring presentation. I was very much impressed by your argument saying that for longer life we have to do the 4 things. One is diet, exercise, peer support, and stress management. And I just talked with Dr. Tawila, the Executive Vice President of the Bangkok Bank. If we have longer life, I think you are the one who can enjoy longer life, but the bank should support the aging society more and more in coming days. But it was amazing to see you said yourself you are at the age of 70. I can't believe that. Your body, your spirit is a really, really good evidence, the perfect evidence to convince us to follow your practice. Thank you so much, Doctor. Well, here in my presentation speech, I have 2 objectives. One is honor Doctor, and second is to attract you to join our work for sustainable health and peace. As far as health concerned, I'm feeling a little bit hesitant to be here because my colleague from WHO might be better positioned in talking to you about health. But second part, the peace. We are very proud of our work at UNESCO to work with the member states, people to create peace in the societies and in the world. Well, let me come to my official part. I should say ambassadors, distinguished guests, and friends. A very good evening to you all. And first, please allow me to begin extending my personal greetings to distinguished attendees, Dr. Tawilap, and of course, Mr. Aton and Dr. Pisut for organizing this very wonderful event. I also would like to thank Dr.Sant Publishing and Elite Plus Magazine for inviting us to celebrate the Elite Plus magazine's 8th anniversary and the 60th anniversary of the Dr.Sant publishing. Congratulations on the big milestones. I'm honored to be part of this event, which provides us with a marvelous opportunity to pause and reflect together with you on our productive and enjoyable partnerships and renew in person the many friendships we forged in pursuing a shared mission for some time now. And my congratulations should also go to tonight's honored guest and awardee of the inaugural Elite Plus Award, Dr.Sant. Not only for your receiving of this honor, but for all the work and achievement it represents in Dr.Sant's tireless promotion of the public health and for his fostering well-being and peace among diverse peoples in the world and in Thailand. Many of my colleagues of UNESCO Bangkok office have been able to join this event, and any of them would be delighted to have conversation about our programs with the distinguished guest tonight. At UNESCO, we believe strongly that peace and well-being among the diverse thriving societies can be cultivated via committed partnerships involving governments, business sector, NGOs, civil society organizations, and others. By working together towards a common goal, we can achieve in concrete terms what by working alone we might only imagine. As Dr. Sant would surely agree, peace is a humanitarian value, but at the same time, it's a foundation for sustainable well-being. Norwegian sociologist Johan Vincent Galton often refers to the distinction between negative peace and positive peace. The positive peace refers to the holistic approach to build peace, while negative peace means the absence of violence. The positive peace indicates the simultaneous presence of many desirable states of mind and society, such as harmony, justice, equality, and so on, based on which we can see mutual striving towards harmonious and respectful conditions of mental, physical, and material prosperity. In UNESCO Bangkok's new initiative, Together for Peace, also known as T4P, we aim to build a peaceful and sustainable future by promoting positive peace through education and conversations. We put forward the notion that positive peace is something that can be taught in our schools through transformative and social-emotional learning and pedagogy, which foster comprehensive competencies to address the local and global challenges among students and teachers towards a holistic development of current and future generations. Dear guests, as many of you are aware, UNESCAP organized the 9th Asia-Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development here in Bangkok this week. The forum identified regional challenges we are now facing, such as climate change impacts, flood, food and water crisis, migrations and refugees, conflicts and violence, inequality and inequity, and COVID-19 adverse effects on human life. The SDGs Progress Report in Asia-Pacific, shared in the forum, clearly mentions that our region, including Thailand, is not on track to achieve any of the 17 SDGs by 2030. Although we have seen some progress on the goals for health and well-being and for the quality education and others, it is very worrisome that the region is regressing on critical goals of climate action and of life below water. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has been enormous on our life and exacerbated pre-existing inequalities and vulnerabilities among people and the societies. In the field of education, the pandemic disrupted education of around 760 million children in this region. An estimated 10 million learners are at risk of not returning to schools or universities once they reopen. To recover and build back better from the pandemic and to make SDGs back on track, we have to reaffirm that the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a multi-stakeholder undertaking. All sectors of society must be engaged to make the SDG measures a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr.Sant's speech reminds me of the fundamental importance of reducing mass disease burdens and having healthcare systems in place in community for the treatment of disease and promotion of general well-being. And I also believe that well-being, our well-being, goes hand in hand with education. In a vibrant learning society, people know about the importance of sustainability, peace, and well-being, participate in innovation, and generate new technologies and new economies that will lead to improving human life, as well as life above and underwater on this planet. One may say that without exaggeration, that physical, emotional, and mental well-being and sound mindsets of people lie at the heart of the whole 2030 Agenda. And SDGs can be realized only through our strong partnership, cooperation, and commitments in pursuing sustainable and peaceful societies for our next generations, as well as for our Mother Earth. I'm delighted and grateful to Dr.Sant Publishing and Elite Plus magazine for this privileged opportunity to be among such a distinguished gathering, indeed, with government and business sectors in Thailand and diplomatic representatives, where we can all mutually confirm our partnership and commitment and collaboration to this common mission. I should also like to thank our old and new partners tonight who have been supporting UNESCO's work in building peace in the minds of women and men. Thank you, everyone, and my warmest wishes for your enjoyment of the rest of the delightful night together. I look forward to speaking with many of you. Well, before I hand over the microphone to Mr. Tom, I'd like to invite Mr. Tom to be here. after your calling to your friends, I guess. It seems he's really serious, so it's all right. Well, my work here is just the honor, the receiving the Elite Prize Awards to Dr.Sant, and I was very happy to listen to your lecture, keynote, and I'm very happy to see your excellent work and devotion to the people of the world and Thailand. Thank you so much. Dr. Atom, please come here.